Let's go there, everyone. It's your boy Shark Reacts back with another reaction video. And today we're gonna put it to the scary side, kinda. We're gonna react to the top 15 most scariest things caught on tape, like on footage tape. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Yeah, we're gonna react to this. I'm alright when it comes to scary things. I don't know about you guys. So yeah, subscribe. Alright, yeah, let's get into it.
15. The Woman in the Ceiling. In
In
2009, an actor by the name of Joe Cummings uploaded a video to YouTube that gave at least 10 million people chills.
Damn.
While Cummings is an actor, he has made many claims that everything in this video is true and was not set up in any way. Cummings had been hearing strange noises at night for several weeks, and a lot of his food was coming up missing. Cummings originally put the camera up to catch his girlfriend sleepwalking or simply lying to him about rummaging about his apartment at night. The camera was set up in his kitchen and kept on all night, and what he found the next day was truly nightmare-inducing. In the video uploaded by Cummings, it starts off with the homeless woman dropping down from some type of bench or cubby near the ceiling. That alone would be enough to scare anyone. Her face dropping from the upper right corner of the screen. However, things start to get terrifying in a more realistic way. The woman starts eating food and even pees in the sink. At one point during the night, Cummings gets up to get a drink, and the woman darts behind a couch or chair to better hide herself. Once Cummings heads back to bed, she continues her routine before hopping back up into the cubby. Perhaps even more chilling is the few seconds of footage at the end of the video where Cummings wakes up the next morning for breakfast and to take down the camera, completely unaware of the woman as he lived his daily life. Cummings claimed that as soon as he saw the footage, he left his apartment and
whatever that is that
she drank. She had set herself up a small living area in the cubby. It was
actually
a small loft intended for storage. While there are many claims out there that the video is faked, it's still very unsettling to think of the possibility of someone living in your home without your knowledge. Number 14, Screaming Spirit. In 2003, many guests staying at the Wingate Hotel began calling into the front desk and complained that there were screams coming from a certain room. Room 209 to be exact. Apparently, no one was booked in that room, so a security worker was sent to see if maybe someone had broken in. The security footage catches the security worker approaching the door, and a woman screaming can be clearly heard.
Someone checked into that room.
You hear it?
There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? John says he hears the screaming coming from that room.
I think I heard that shit.
He knocks on the door several times, but there's no answer. The security manager
tells like 10 more motherfuckers right behind me going in hot.
However, the worker enters the room anyway. After he opens the door, the screaming comes to a complete halt. Once he enters the room, a white ghostly apparition can be seen moving from the doorway and then disappearing.
Oh shit, I just seen
John reports to the security manager that no one is in the room, but the furniture has been flipped and the carpet ripped up. John urges for the police to be called.
They better tell people never go in that room
before the footage ends.
Hell no. You know shit, bro.
There's no history of this hotel or even particular room being haunted before this. Number 13, Alien Abduction. A paranormal investigation TV series from the late 90s known as Paranormal Borderlines featured a story about an alleged alien abduction caught on surveillance camera. The footage was sent in with a letter that provided a brief explanation of the footage. The footage includes 4 black and white blocks of video. In the top right square of footage, there is a worker who exits a gate of some sort. In a flash of light and a camera glitch, he disappears. The tapes continue to run normally, with no sign of the employee for more than 2 hours. Around 1 a.m., the tape exhibits the same behavior as before, and the employee is returned outside the gate, lying in the fetal position. He pukes, stands up appearing dazed,
dude, there ain't no way that's real.
Before he walks out of the shot. The letter claims that this employee didn't remember anything about this event, or even his alleged alien encounter. But after the incident, the employee did quit his job and move far away, never to be heard from thereafter. The episode of Paranormal Borderline also brought in professionals to examine the tape's authenticity. While the pros do claim that this could be the result of someone taking advantage of common camera malfunctions, those glitches are not faked. Number 12, Violent Spirit. The happenings in this video are pretty self-explanatory. The original video was uploaded in 2013, and it features a man walking down the hallway of an unidentified building.
fighting
As
and
he is
shit.
walking, a dark figure appears in front of him in the camera's view.
Bro,
The man
what
falls to the
the
ground and is
fuck?
drugged, seemingly by the
Look
spirit,
at that
towards
shit.
the end of the hallway for at least 2 or
Are
3
you
meters
actually
before he is
kidding
let
me?
go and runs in
Look
the
at that.
opposite direction. He seems fairly
That
confused and
is
certainly terrified.
crazy.
Of course, there's a vast
Bro,
group
I'm
of skeptics
like
that clear this to
shivering.
be fake. However, many
That
have made
is
the argument that the way
crazy.
his feet
Bro,
move
I'm
as
gone.
he is drugged would make it impossible
Like
for
damn
him to be
car.
pushing himself. It's a pretty chilling thought to imagine yourself walking down a hall, minding your own business, before being pulled
That's
to the
true,
ground
man.
and drugged
Who would
forward
ever
by an
think that?
immensely
You're
strong
walking la
force.
la la,
Consider
boom!
the fact that you probably
Get
cannot see
dragged
the
down.
source of your attack, and it makes for a
Gone.
very traumatic experience.
Oh yes.
Number 11, the tutorial ghost. In October 2010, a man was recording a tutorial for his illustration class. He was in his kitchen as to have more counter space available. As he explained the different materials he was using, in the background you can see a cabinet door slowly open without a sound. By this point in the video, you're not even paying attention to the tutorial as you're completely focused on the cabinet door and what may happen next. The small door slams shut, and the YouTuber Ben Ivy2 is startled and he turns back to check out the scene, possibly thinking there is some kind of vermin in the cabinets. Once he realizes there's nothing in there, he runs to the camera to inspect what just happened. This is the type of casual ghost activity that probably happens to us in everyday life that we don't even notice. Number 10, Baby Watcher. On October 5th, 2014, a very strange thing occurred during a burglary in Houston, Texas. A man broke into a couple's home to rob them. However, he got distracted. Surveillance footage from inside the home showed the burglar going into the nursery and watching the baby sleep.
That's scary, dude.
He did not just casually check to see if the infant was still asleep. He literally stood in place for several moments and watched. He left the child unharmed, fortunately, but nothing can change the minds of the parents who were left completely disturbed by a man silently breaking into their home and watching their baby. The man stole $60 worth of cash and also took a laptop. He later dropped the laptop in the neighbor's yard, though, so this whole ordeal seemed kind of pointless. In fact, the only thing anyone got out of this was the couple probably learned a valuable lesson about protecting their family and more than likely invested in a better security system. Number 9. Guy catches a creeper. The following story was submitted to Reddit by user CoolV. In 2008, CoolV purchased an AV transmitter and receiver in an attempt to get cable in his bedroom without having to pay extra to his company. He started the process of setting the box up, but was having no luck. Eventually, though, a signal started to come through. A very grimy and fuzzy scene of a bedroom appeared on his TV. He soon realized that the AV box wasn't even on yet, so he was confused about the signal, but continued to watch. Covey told his family about the bedroom scene on the TV. They all concluded the AV box was picking up signal from a camera set up nearby, possibly at a neighbor's house. The family kept an eye on the happenings until someone finally entered the room at 6 p.m. that night. It was their neighbor, and they all joked that the camera was probably set up for sexual reasons. Or to catch the other cheating. However, things got weird as time went on. The family only randomly tuned in to watch the camera to see if it was still set up. They found out the neighbors were having renovations done and assumed maybe the camera had to do with the team working in their home every day while they were out. One day when watching the men work, however, a plumber began sifting through the bedroom's drawers, underwear drawers and things like that. He stood up and approached the camera, adjusted some things, then put it back in its place. It was clear that this plumber was the one who set the camera up. Coolvy's dad went to their neighbor's home that night and showed them the camera. He discovered that the creepy plumber had set it up behind a device used to monitor water usage. The couple reported it to the police immediately. It came to light that the man had been coming to their street at night, parking outside of the house and watching the stream on his laptop of the neighbors sleeping, or possibly being more intimate. Coolvy explained that he would often walk past the car, but didn't think much of it. Number 8. Brutal officer shooting. In January 1998, Andrew Brannon was speeding down the road at about 100 miles per hour when he was pulled over by Officer Kyle Dinkheller. As soon as he was stopped, Brannon rushed towards Dinkheller in an aggressive stance, and Dinkheller was forced to pull his gun. He also shouted, "I am in fear for my life," likely in an attempt to warn Brannon he may have to shoot. Brannon and Dinkheller got into a heated argument of some sort before Brannon rushed into his truck to retrieve a rifle. He charged at Dinkheller and shot at him. By
Damn,
the
I got
end of
stuff
this
stuck
bloody
in this. Son of
ordeal,
a bitch.
Brennan had been shot once in the stomach, while Dinkheller had been shot a total of 10 times.
What?
Dinkheller died on the scene, and Brennan took
Damn.
off. Thanks to his plate number, he was arrested the next day, charged without incident, and sentenced to death. However, as of 2013, Brennan has still not been executed for his crimes. When he
Hell
was
no, man.
questioned
Get his
about
ass
why
out
he
of here,
killed
bro.
the 22-year-old officer, he
That's some
responded, "I
bullshit,
killed
dude.
him because he let me." Number 7.
What?
Vatican Ghost. A
Oh, hell
19-year-old
no.
college
Oh,
student
that's
took a trip to
that's
Europe
creepy,
and
man.
found some strange footage on his video
Where?
camera after he got home and reviewed the memories of his trip. While visiting the Vatican, he had his video camera out to get a good shot of inside the St. Peter's Basilica. In a few frames of the shot, a bright orange or red figure can be seen hovering in the air.
Wow.
It seems
It
like a
is.
human figure wearing a cloak or loose sheet,
What?
but it moves more mysteriously than that. In a later shot,
What?
the figure is still seen there, but in a much lower location,
Man.
closer to the ground. The student claims that he did not see this in person, only later
Pray
when he was
God
going
for those,
through the
man.
footage. Some people saw this as a sign
That-
of the presence of St. Peter, or even
Wow,
Jesus
that
Christ
is
himself, while
insane.
others saw it as a darker and
Man,
more
why is the
evil
video called
presence.
Top
The truth is up for
15
those who
Scariest
believe.
Things Come on Tape?
Number
Like, some of these
6,
already seen.
Kitchen
I was trying to get
Poltergeist. The
scared.
video of a very violent poltergeist was uploaded by user Mellowbird in 2011. He claims that this footage was taken from inside his severely haunted home. He would come home often to a kitchen totally destroyed. He set up the
What?
camera to see what was going on while he was away, and he found something so chilling, most
Wow.
of us would pack up right
Oh,
away,
hell
but
yeah,
instead he
packing.
stuck
We
around to
gone.
investigate, and now has a very
The house,
popular
we
channel
gone.
with a
Getting
huge
out of
chunk
there
dedicated to
real
his haunted
slightly,
home.
real
You've
quick.
got to be pretty brave to stay in a home filled with violent and angry spirits that are strong enough to throw furniture, but he has done it for his viewers to be entertained and more informed. This particular footage is a great example of just how strong and terrifying this haunting is. In fact, many of his viewers claimed that the thing haunting his home, as it was the last time she was seen, and they thought it might aid in her being found. The video is strange. She goes in and out of the elevator, presses multiple buttons for what seems like no reason, talks and gestures as if there's someone in the hallway, and even hides herself in the back of the elevator out of view. As she is doing this, the elevator also begins to malfunction, either from her behavior or something else. As soon as the video hit the internet, people began their speculations, as it is strangely unsettling. Not long after the release of this footage, guests at the hotel began making complaints about the water supply. When the staff checked the water tank above the downtown LA hotel, they found her body floating naked. Her clothes and belongings were floating with her, but not on her. An autopsy was delayed several times, but eventually came back with the label of an accidental death. No foul play. From her behavior in the elevator, possible elements of the footage being tampered with, how she got into the tank at all, why the search dogs didn't pick up the scent from the roof, all the way to issues with the autopsy. Alyssa Lamb's death has been a marveling modern mystery. There seems to be no explanation to these concerning questions, and though time goes on, there seems to be no further breakthroughs in this case. Alyssa Lamb's life and death has been the inspiration for many TV shows and movies in the past 2 years and in years to come. Number 1, Night Crawlers. This footage is actually so weird and scary, it's a little nauseating, especially if you're easily spooked. This is from a resident in Fresno, California, who noticed what are known as night crawlers in their front yard. They basically look like a head that goes straight into legs and is covered in a sheet. They walk very slowly and with wide steps. They're also apparently very tall. This footage is very disturbing with no context, so have a look.
Look at that shit. Are you actually kidding me? Bro, I'm gone. Them jets are on. Everyone's for themselves.
Got an idea for a top 50?
Wow. Well, that's the video. I mean, the name should have been the top 15 scariest things contest. So it should have been like top creepiest. Because, like, there's some stuff that was scary, and there's stuff that was like, oh, that's creepy. Yeah, but it was an okay video. There's some creepy stuff in there. I can't front. Like, I'm bugging out right now. Yeah, if you want to watch it again, the link's gonna be down below. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget that too. Leave a like, comment, comment anything you want me to react to, and yeah, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thanks guys. Until next time, I'm out. Thanks. Subscribe.